Hey there, hi there, ho there. It's me once again, Yash on the radio. And today I've got two hosts with me, Darshan and JJ. And this episode we are talking about gaming. So, now we look at how we started back in the day. All of our previous consoles. So, JJ, Darshan, tell me, how
Yeah.
did you all start gaming?
Well, it was back pretty young at the time. I think it was like seven something. I remember back in the day, like I used to have a lot of friends that at school they would talk about all the games and they play all those like MMORPG games like online. I can't remember the name specifically, but I remember playing those type of games and had a lot of fun. And also ever since I made my Facebook account, my friends all talk about Facebook games, and I just click in and I just see a bunch of games I play, and apparently it's actually most addicting stuff ever. It's actually
I
really
still
addicting.
I still remember that era of Facebook games. Oh my goodness, that was so long ago.
Exactly, man.
You used to
Those
play a
games were
bunch
fun.
of Facebook games. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
goodness. Like what were the Facebook games that y'all played?
I mean, for me, it's like Social Empires the most. I really love this type of, like strategy game or whatever, and you get a bunch of like cool characters in the game, and also like the other game was Ninja Saga. Yeah, because it
Yeah,
really
yeah.
reminds me
Okay,
of
I remember
Naruto.
Ninja Saga. I remember.
Yeah,
I
it reminds me
remember
of
playing that
Naruto.
the most. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
it's
still
Really
remember
fun.
actually
like
it's actually a it's actually a total copy of like Naruto. Actually,
For a
It's
second, wait, not gonna lie, I thought that the whole thing is Naruto, the official Naruto game or something.
Dude, I
I
was
was
to
so
say I was
stupid
so
back then.
innocent. Yeah, I was so innocent. Oh shit, Naruto.
Oh, what?
my,
Oh, yeah, nice.
my first game was so long ago. It's by I still remember it's a company that's no longer owned. It's by Zynga, or was it CIE Games? Yeah, I think it's CIE. They had a game called like Empires and Allies.
Wait, I think I'm.
And
Ooh,
Allies. It sounds
yes,
familiar.
I played that, Cityville, and like, the old Sims on Facebook. I played
uh,
Oh,
that quite
Sims.
a lot. And I was using my uncle's Facebook account, so he hated it.
well, I was lucky that my mom helped me make a full Facebook account so I can just play
Yeah.
games on there. So it's kind of cool. Yep.
So, wow, Facebook games have been around. Like, I don't think they're around anymore. Like, no one really plays them now.
No, nobody really like
Like, let's be
that.
real. All those games has been long gone, has been terminated for like how many, God knows how many years now. For like 6 years, I think. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started, not gonna lie, I started searching for the Facebook games like a few days ago actually, because I want to try and see whether like are they still there, do they still exist? And apparently it's been gone for such a long time. No, everyone even forgets about it. Like honestly, I kind of want to just play it again to feel some
Yeah.
nostalgia. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
funny you said that because the other day I just went on Facebook because I was thinking maybe Facebook games are still there, and I just wanted to go back, to memory lane and all that. And when I went and checked, yeah, there wasn't any games
Yeah.
at all anymore.
They do
Sad.
have an application called Game Room, but no one uses that. Like, the era for Facebook games is long gone, unfortunately.
Actually, the game room is pretty slow in my opinion because whenever I went in there, it takes so long to load for some reason.
Yeah.
Right?
It does. It does. It takes forever. I did try it once, but I never used it again because it was just that slow. And
Yeah, it's really slow.
I mean, one thing about having, about Facebook having games back then is, you never really had to have a high-end PC like you do
That's
now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think many of us had high-end PCs back then because they
Yeah.
were
And the
like
thing is,
crazy
yeah.
expensive.
And the thing is, the games back then, even though it's like it doesn't need like a big memory or whatever, right? But like the games are still fun for us back then. Like we had such a great time playing it for some reason.
Yeah.
Get addicted to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you guys remember, but back in those days, there actually was a channel called G4 TV or something on TV, like legit television. And in that show, they actually talk about a lot of games. I don't know whether you guys have watched it or not
Oh no, I don't
before.
think so.
No,
I don't think
no.
so.
Oh,
I
wait.
remember
Yeah. Wait. I think I did.
I need
it,
to.
Oh,
it's this like I think I forgot his name, but it's this like half bald dude as a host, and he talks about all the latest games and it talks about, it even reviews them. It was all on TV. This was back
Yeah.
when even before YouTube existed.
This is like way before its time. Like for me, right? I didn't really start playing PC games until much later on. Like I say, until I was
same.
about 10. But
I was watching gameplays more than playing video games. Actually, it's only much later I got a PS2.
yeah,
You know,
for me, like I didn't have a PC. I had like consoles, handhelds. I had a lot of that. Like I still remember my first console, which I still have here with me
Ooh.
today, was a PS2.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
my
yeah.
second ever
yeah.
console was a Nintendo Wii, which I still have today. I had a Game Boy, but someone stole that, unfortunately.
Damn.
Yeah.
So-
What were your memories when you play when you just take a look at your PS2, like what kind of memories comes to your mind,
Oh my God, classic games. Like I still played that game, and I still played in my PS2 until about 3 years ago when something broke, the CD tray broke. But
Oof.
rather than that, I still played with it a lot even after I got my PS4. I still prefer the PS2 because all the
Oh
old
my God.
games, all the
Yeah, yeah.
completions, everything is there. And
Yeah,
like
surprisingly, the lineup for PS2 games is really good. Like, there's a
Yeah.
lot of good games in there.
yeah, like two classics which you always hear about are the Grand Theft Auto series, the Vice City
Oh,
and San
yes.
Andreas.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, for sure.
And
sure.
San Andreas is the most memories I had.
San
I think
Andreas,
all-
I
all
think,
of
was
us.
the most popular PS2 game ever, and the second one being my personal favorite, which is Gran Turismo 4. I'm more of a track racer than
Oh.
Need for Speed, so
Ooh.
I
come at me in the
I
comments.
wasn't much of a racing games fan, so I really can't relate. But anything other than racing, yeah, for sure.
All right.
Oh my
But
God.
for me, like I also have a PS2 back then. Like let's be real, I'm pretty sure most people that play games and then during the childhood they'll have a PS2 like some point, right? And the games that I comes to my mind the most back then was actually the old Star Wars Battlefront. I don't know whether you guys played it before, but it was
Oh
the old
yeah,
Star
I
Wars
remember that. I
Battlefront.
remember that.
Yeah, the Galactic Conquest and all this stuff. Even though it's all offline, it's so fun to play.
Yeah,
And
you get to play as all the iconic characters, like the Jedi, the Sith.
yeah. We get to play
Yeah.
all those. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure there's still like gameplay on YouTube that people can check it out. But you take a look at it and it's like so fun. And also another game is like Spartan. It's like a it's like a it's
I've never
I'm
heard
pretty
of Spartan before. This is a new one to me.
unfortunately, same. Oh my god, I can't believe I
you
missed
never
it.
heard of it before. But I swear to God, like this game is actually really good. You guys should try check it out sometime. But this game is really good. It has an entire storyline. Yeah, it's like back Rome versus Greece, this type of stuff. And there's also a
Oh.
storyline. It's back in the it's like when people use swords and shields and stuff. Like
Oh
this game is
wow.
like really fun. It's actually
Wow.
really fun. And also FIFA games. And that's all.
Oh
And there's also
yeah.
other games, but I can't really remember right now. But those are the best
Wait,
memories I had. So
okay, I remember the most games that I play on PS2 is the Naruto games.
Yeah. Oh
The
my
Ultimate
God.
oh yeah.
Ninjas, the Ultimate Ninjas and all that.
Yeah, I was yeah.
Every
Continue,
time I
continue.
go to the store, I see a new Naruto game, I'll get it. And I'll pay for hours. For hours, dude.
I still remember one of my fondest memories with the PS2 was the Grand Theft Auto games. When you used to have like your books at the side there with all the cheats scribbled on it.
Oh
And
yes,
like
yes.
I just had like a full book with like cheats of every single Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Vice City cheat. And I even had I had cheats for a lot of games, and I still have that book with me today, believe it or not.
Oh my god! But to be fair, I didn't really need them because back then I already had an iPad. This is the earlier iPad, so I just
Oh
search it
damn.
and I just look at my iPad, put it aside,
Oh,
like all right,
the
just type it in.
advantages of internet, right?
Oh
Back then.
yeah, back
Oh
when
yeah.
internet was 3 gigs.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait. I want to say there's also another game. Have you guys heard before? It's called Stockholm. SOCOM.
Oh, SOCOM. Oh, yeah. It's a
U.S.
tactical
Navy
military
SEALs.
shooter, right?
It's something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good. The game is really good. One of my favorite games back then as well. The
Yeah,
U.S.
yeah.
Navy SEALs. All right.
Oh no, for me, one of the older games that I remember was actually Marvel versus Capcom. This was
Marvel.
like
Oh.
this is actually
the-
on the Nintendo. I forgot which Nintendo it was, but Marvel vs. Capcom, I still remember watching some people play it. I never really had the Nintendo console for it, but luckily for us, they're remastering that game. So, you know, they're making a Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So I guess I'll be buying a new Nintendo sooner or later.
Yeah, maybe. I never had a Nintendo.
That's the earliest known crossover, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But for me, yeah, I haven't had a Nintendo, but maybe like you said, I might want to buy one soon, just to play the game. But yeah.
One
yeah,
like
yeah.
I was asked the other day by someone I knew. They were just like, have you ever seen a PS2 in person? And immediately I felt so old. Like, God's sake, I know he's just a few years younger than me, but he's never seen a PS2 before.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's
But
I
I
don't know,
looked at
man.
him, I was just like, I'm going to walk into the ocean in a couple of minutes.
I looked at him and I look in the mirror and I just see myself, starting to grow a bunch of mustache and a beard. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah,
am I
you
just aging that quick or what?
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, you start washing your face, you start like contemplating into the mirrors. Oh my
Yeah,
Yeah,
god.
it's
I shave
like,
and then 1 second later it just grows back again. I'm like, oh my god, I'm actually just old, man. I'm actually just old. My time's almost up. Jesus.
yeah. And like, that's a long time ago. And they're even starting to bring back some of the old games as like crossovers, or not really crossovers, but they're remastering a lot of them. Like,
yeah. There's a lot of remaster and remakes
for me,
nowadays.
I got Final Fantasy VII Remake for my PS4. It was quite a hefty price I had to pay for a remake, but it was worth
Oh,
every last bit of it.
I heard they actually like they split the game into two parts, right?
Yeah, they did. It was a very expensive purchase to purchase both parts. It was very expensive.
Yeah, because the original on PS1, right? Yeah,
Yeah, there was.
PS1. It was the full game, and now they like split it into two, and yeah, you have to pay full price for the first part already.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
wait. Speaking of PS1, right? I actually sounds very stupid, but back then I actually thought PSP was PS1. I don't know why.
Oh wow.
When my friends were like, yo, I have PS1 and PS2. I told my friend I have PS1 and PS2. And then in my mind I was actually just thinking of PSP and PS2. And my friends like, wow, you have two of those consoles? You damn cool, man. I'm like, yeah, of course.
Just
For,
imagine, right? You say you have a PS1, and then your friend asks you, show me, and you take out a PSP instead.
From the pocket. Yeah. I just grab at my pocket and I take it out. I'm like, here's my PS1. Like,
Is it?
and my friends just look at you. Am I a joke to you, bro? Am I a joke for you?
oh, but there were things where people would make portable versions of their consoles, like the PlayStation 2 portable, PlayStation 1 portable. Like, that was so long ago, and believe it or not, one of my friends made one themselves.
Made one?
And yeah,
Wait, how do you make one?
that's the
Yeah.
magic. I don't know, but basically, it was a very small bag. It had like an inbuilt battery from a laptop and some other stuff that he hooked up. Basically,
Oh,
he was able
wow.
to play, and this man's a complete scientific genius, but yet he was only like God knows how old when he made that.
Yeah, your friend's a
Oh my
genius, man.
god.
We have a next Einstein here. Jeez.
Oh my goodness! Do you all still remember Counter Strike
Oh
1.6
yeah.
Course, man.
before
Oh my
Global Offensive?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Counter Strike
Wait,
1.6.
well, there was also
Right.
Uber Strike or something like that, right? I don't know whether you guys know
Yes,
of it.
yes. There
Uber
was
Strike.
and also
Yeah. It
Counter
was these
Strike's
two
other
games.
brother.
Yeah, it
Like,
was these two games that were really famous back then. And people would put in money, just to buy some skins or whatever that is. I forgot.
yeah. And for me, right, when I was playing Counter Strike 1.6, I remember seeing like on certain maps you'd see posters for like Team Fortress 2.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. That's true. Yeah.
And like that was the best form of advertising. You didn't have to go and post YouTube ads or anything. You just did it in your own games. Like, hey,
Yeah.
here's our other game. Would you like to, buy some?
Yeah, and Team Fortress 2 is actually a really fun game as well, So it's a win-win situation for both sides, the advertisers and for us, So yeah.
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 Free advertisement. You make the banner, just dump it in your game.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. There's been a lot that's changed over the years in the gaming scene, hasn't there?
Yeah,
Yes,
of course. Like,
yes, of course. I mean, PC and console gaming is still prominent,
yeah.
but the biggest rise when it comes to games now is mobile games. You know,
Oh yeah.
everyone owns a smartphone. Everyone in their mothers has a
Yeah.
smartphone.
People just go
Yeah.
out, they just wait for their food or whatever. They're just chilling. They don't know what to do. Just download the game. Back then it was. I remember the first I don't know whether it's the first mobile game that was popular or whatever, but it's like Temple Run or something. People would just play it for fun only.
Oh
And then
yeah,
just pass by their
Yeah.
time.
yeah. I remember everyone talking about it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I
Is it really
just
that hype?
wasn't into mobile gaming at that time.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think maybe it's
I
because I was still playing my consoles.
Yeah, we were the lucky ones who had consoles. Like for me, I had at the time mobile games first started popping up with like the iPhone 3. I actually had a this is during the old generation of having to pay a ton of money for games when they first came out on the Apple App Store.
Oh yeah,
So like
Yeah.
I actually had a Nintendo Wii and I was playing a ton of Wii Sports on that. That was kind of fun.
Ooh. Alright.
I did not have a Nintendo, but I only had a PS2 and an Xbox 360. Those are the only two consoles I've owned in my life. Like
What
for
about
real.
Game Boy?
Oh yeah,
Oh, Game Boy.
mine was a classic. I can't even remember
when it-
what games I had on it.
No,
when
I
it
tell
comes
you
to
this for sure, right?
when it comes to
Yeah.
portable consoles, it's PSP for me.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Yash, like for Game Boy, right? You don't need to remember how many games there are. Because for me, the entire game, the Game Boy, I just turn on my Game Boy and you just scroll through. There's like 200 games in the entire list. I tell you this, so you can't even remember every single game. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you.
I still remember the earliest game that I ever played on a mobile phone was back when I had my Nokia. It was they had the early Tetris and they also had
Ooh, yeah.
the old Snake game. I forgot what it was called, but I remember playing that a ton.
Snake, I think it's just a
Yeah.
simple like.
I still have my old Nokia and I still have those games on it.
Damn.
You want to
I
talk about
don't.
retro mobile? I've got retro mobile, baby.
All right, man. I can't relate. Mine's all gone,
Oh,
man. I
shit.
wish I can just have it again, just play those games, just for old time's
There's
sake.
also this game called on Nokia. This game called Space Impact. It's the spaceship game where you shoot.
Oh
Stuff
yeah,
flying.
yeah, yeah. I still remember.
Oh,
I used to play that a lot on my dad's phone. Oh my god.
yeah. Those were mobile gaming back in the day. Mobile gaming. Yeah, those were the
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
That was like the early times of mobile gaming, and
Yeah.
then like I over the time you start to see like a ton more games pop out that just
Clash of Clans.
yes, Clash of Clans, PUBG,
Yeah.
Mobile Legends, the ones that actually get you to connect like a PC game would.
Yeah.
I never play Clash. I would never play Clash of Clans back then, even though there were so many ads. But then slowly, I keep watching the ads over and over again, and I got so fed up. I'm like, you know what? Let's just try the game. My friends are playing it. Just give it a shot. And then until now, I've been playing it ever since for like
Yeah.
until
8
now.
years. Yes, until now,
Oh,
I'm still
damn.
playing it. I'm still playing it, but I don't
Your-
like hardcore play
Your
it. I
base
just like
must be huge then, right?
no. I just occasionally play. Like once a week, you just log in, collect some stuff, upgrade some stuff. That's it. Like it's actually kind of fun. Like if you're good at it, that you became like you see your base like it's like huge and stuff. Like it makes you feel
Yeah.
good for some reason. It makes me feel good. That's why I continue playing it. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like the ads that pop up. Oh my goodness, I still remember all the old Clash of Clans ad. One of them was the Hog Rider who was singing. I still remember that one.
That's the funniest one.
Yeah.
That's the funniest one. That's the
Not gonna lie,
ad
right?
that every Clash of Clans players start
Yeah.
when they saw
Yeah,
they
but-
were like they felt embarrassed, They felt
Not gonna lie,
embarrassed as
not gonna
hell.
lie. I actually think that they actually did a really good job advertising, and I feel like the animations were actually really good. Not gonna lie, like those
Yes.
Clash of Clans.
They were very high quality animations for the time,
Yeah,
They could make a Disney movie for real. Yeah.
I'm just looking through the old list of games I used to play. One of them was I stopped playing this like about 1 or 2 years ago now. It was PUBG back when it first came out for mobile.
Yeah.
PUBG Mobile was huge when it came
Yeah.
out.
To be fair,
Everyone
PUBG
was
got
playing.
To be fair, PUBG got huge on. I'm pretty sure it got huge on laptop or PC first. After
Yeah,
that, they went to
PC and
mobile.
consoles,
Yeah. When it went mobile, everyone was like, "Yeah, just download it. It's free. Just download and play. Play with your friends. It's actually really
And
fun."
You have that, and then like the Call of Duty came later, but I don't think people remember that the Call of Duty had a crossover with PUBG first before
Ah,
they
yeah, yeah,
branched out to
yeah.
create their own game. That's when they actually learned the basics of how to create
Shooting game.
an online battle royale style game, and it was quite fun for me. I never really played the Call of Duty one because to me my nostalgia was in PUBG. I've been around since season 1 when they first started,
Damn.
and I was playing until about season 12 or 13. I think I can't remember, but
I
I
I
had all the suits for it.
I played PUBG Mobile like for 1.5 years straight with my friend. I have one other friend, and then
Oh, you have one. Oh, okay, alright. Continue.
I had this one other friend that played PUBG Mobile, and we played for 1.5 years, and we just got bored. Like all you do is just go on this battle royale field, and
Come
sometimes
on.
it's just based on like your luck.
You
Where
know,
you
you know
land.
what, dude? You know what, dude? Just replace your friend. And you find more enjoyment playing PUBG, and you're like, oh shit, this is what I need all along to make the game fun. No,
Maybe it
just
was
kidding.
just a friend.
Oh wow!
But I
But
had
okay, to
I
be
actually had a squad.
yeah,
I actually like when I first started, I had a squad that I started out with, and over time they stopped playing. That meme
yeah,
last online about 7 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing
yeah.
for me.
yeah.
So I
Wait,
started
wait,
playing with my secondary school friends, and from there,
wait.
like
Ooh,
until today, we still have our squad. But we weren't really that close when we started. But towards the end of all of our PUBG gaming, right?
yeah.
We were just extremely close friends, and even today, like we still catch up every now and then just for
Yeah.
lunch.
Well, guys, you heard it here first. PUBG or gaming in general can make you guys, have closer relationship with each other.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Exactly.
to be fair,
Yes.
right? For my PUBG experience, because back in my high school, that's when PUBG became huge, right? And we can bring phones to school. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. We would play it in class and sometimes in
oh
class.
wow,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
unfair.
And yeah, we will always have a few different groups, to play together, and then we would try to get inside each other's games, and then we would work together for some reason. That was actually really fun back then.
Oh wow.
Because my class is like 60 people, so the teachers won't know. Teachers won't know at all. There's 60 people in our class. It's
Oh
actually really
wow.
packed, and yeah, we just sit behind and yeah, that's that. PUBG, and
Damn
then we just
son.
eat chicken. We just eat chicken all day, in game. And then,
Oh, chicken dinner. All right.
yeah.
For, for me, it was just I played PUBG. The only time I played it in school was actually on my SPM week in between my exams.
Ooh,
Everyone would be studying, and then you'd have me, the only one there who'd
man.
sit down just to be like, listen, I need to de-stress, logs into a PUBG Evo game and just goes on
Yeah.
a rampage. For me,
And
it
then when
wasn't
your
a
friends
chicken
start,
dinner.
yeah.
It was like a first team to hit 40 kills.
Oh, it's like a death match,
Ooh.
lah, right?
Yes, it was known as a TDM, team deathmatch, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd be racking up the scores until my next exam. I don't
So
know if y'all
sorry.
remember this,
So
but my
sorry.
grandmother still plays this till today. One
Oh,
game my grandmother plays is actually Candy Crush.
Ooh.
oh,
I
oh,
actually tried the game
okay.
for a bit, not gonna lie. I didn't get what's the craze about it. I'm so sorry, but yeah. This is my opinion.
I mean,
It's
I think
a
my attention span for Candy Crush was really low. Like I
yeah,
played for like for like 1 week, and I didn't care about the game anymore after that.
and
Yeah, this
then
is Candy
and
Crush is the type of games that make you feel young, like, you don't you don't understand the game too well. You're like, why do people enjoy this? And then like maybe I'm just too
yeah,
young.
and then you've got our grandparents who like play that shit every day. They play Candy Crush like every day. I still remember looking at my grandmother's account. She was like max level. For some
Damn.
reason every time they updated, she'd almost complete the update within like the span of like a week. She
this
like she just
this
Yeah.
enjoyed that game to the max.
this is
Yeah.
this is the epitome of my grandma can beat your ass. That in
Yeah.
Candy
Yo,
Crush.
your grandma, your grandma's got a crush at esports if they even have one. That's for sure.
Oh, if there was a Candy Crush esports, your
Yeah.
grandma's gonna win.
Candy Crush World Tour
Candy
2021.
Crush Worlds Championship 2021.
Candy
Yeah.
Crush Global Offensive. Don't mind me,
Oh,
CS:GO.
Oh my god. All right. Copyright strike. Okay.
And also the game which I know a lot of non-car people played. I'm into cars, but a lot of non-car people played was Asphalt.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I played the game. Yeah.
I said I wasn't a racing game person, but Asphalt for some reason is a game that I played a lot.
I
Yeah,
remember
man.
playing the
Why?
early Asphalt games, and then once they passed a certain threshold, it started becoming a little bit too futuristic for me, and I was just like, yeah, nah, let's. I'm out of
Yeah.
this. Got back onto my PS2, just being like, I'm okay with playing alone, you know.
As well as fun, lah. As well as fun. I remember like
Yeah.
playing it back then, like looking at all the cars, racing. It's actually really cool, for
For
me.
for those who don't know, Asphalt existed even before smartphones. Like
Yeah, it was on like the
yeah,
Nokia and all that.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
then
so old.
I didn't know that. All right, now I know. Goodness.
All right.
And speaking of esports, just now, right?
Yep.
The the JJ, do you watch any esports? I know that you know a lot of
Oh,
esports
yeah,
games. I'm
for
not really
sure.
that too familiar with esports.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Like I brought
Plus
up
one.
esports just now. Yeah, and I've been watching it quite a bit since last year during the pandemic and stuff because we're almost stay at home. And I just found it really interesting. I watched back the previous years of the esports, especially League of Legends, because it's the most viewed esports by far in the entire world. And a good
What
example for
about
this
Dota
is
2?
I don't watch Dota 2. I don't play the game because League of Legends is a game that I play, so I will understand and it makes sense for me to watch the game, the esports. So
another
yeah.
classic Dota and Dota 2. Oh wow.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
rivalry
that's
between each other. But honestly, comparison for League of Legends to Dota 2, the viewership is like 1 million to 1. Let's be real, man. Like, who watches Dota
okay,
nowadays?
but Dota 2 is the earliest game to have esports, right?
Yeah,
Before League of
actually, it used to be
Legends.
really big. The prize pool
Uh,
is by far the biggest right now. Like
yeah,
you earn millions of dollars. But the viewership,
Okay.
the people
is very
having
low.
interest to watch, it's hard. It's okay. But it's not as high as League of Legends. It's
Yeah,
pretty much
compared to
it.
League
Yeah.
of Legends, it's actually very small. And I've heard about Valorant or Rainbow Six having an esports tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rainbow
Valorant.
Six,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Rainbow
Valorant, yeah.
Six is actually quite underrated. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Actually,
it
it's
is
Yeah.
actually pretty
underrated.
enjoyable to watch. It's
It
actually pretty enjoyable to watch.
mainly because the game that they're playing, you have to pay for it. Unlike
Yeah.
Valorant and all, which is free to play.
Yep.
For me, one game that I played a lot of was actually one game that I played a ton of and that I actually watched the esports for was
CS:GO.
CS:GO. Yes,
That's one of the
and
biggest esports as well.
Uh,
It's the second biggest
yeah,
before Valorant came, lah. That's for sure.
one
yeah.
one of the teams that I supported the most was actually G2 Esports, and
Wait, really?
yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Shocks was always my favorite. After watching him pull a double kill that was, a blind double kill,
Yeah.
that solidified him as like a legend to me. And I always,
Funny
every
enough,
time they were playing me, I watched.
yeah. Funny enough, in League of Legends, G2 went to the World's Finals in 2019, which is actually quite recently. They went to the World's Finals and they almost won it. And they the players started getting cocky and posted on Twitter that I can't wait to win because the opponents were actually underdogs. Nobody knew they were gonna win, and then they just got 3-0 in the end, 3-0, and they're like, oh, they're actually pretty
Yeah,
good, you know. It's
it's
actually really
actually
funny.
pretty sad. It's actually pretty sad because when you get cocky, sometimes
Yeah,
that's where you lose
mean,
yourself.
they underestimated their opponents,
yeah.
right?
Speaking of CS:GO, I actually heard that I don't watch it much, but I heard that Brazil is quite good in CS:GO. Like, I don't
Oh
know what you
wow,
think of that.
it's been a while since I last watched the CS:GO tournament. I mean, last I watched was about 3 or 4 years ago.
Ah,
On
I
okay.
mean,
there actually is a TV channel for that. It's called EGG on Astro
Oh
channel
yeah,
eight
I
zero
do.
eight.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it. Yeah, I do watch it.
oh,
I'd
it's
be watching it and I'd be screaming my head off like, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But okay, let's be real, man. Like, with the rise of Valorant, CS:GO is gonna go. It's going down. Like, I'm sorry, man. That's
I
just a sad
mean,
reality. Because it's
honestly, I
like,
still see CS:GO going big though. I
Yeah,
still
really,
see, yeah,
it's like
isn't
one of
Valorant
those
like the
classics.
replacement of? Yeah, isn't
It's like one of
Valorant is
those
like?
classics that people constantly return to non-stop. Like Minecraft. People still return to that after 10
oh
years.
yeah, Minecraft is still huge, like because
Yeah,
of
Yeah.
yeah.
the constant
But
updates that it gets.
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe in terms of gaming people, like people playing the game, but I don't know about esports though. Like Minecraft never had esports, so we would never know. But like I feel like the viewership will go down. I just feel like it because like the interest, like let's be real, Valorant is growing. It's a new game, and even a lot of analysts and professional like the streamers, or whatever, they also predicted that the CS:GO esports might die down, and Valorant might go up. It's just because Valorant is
but
like the pretty much the
but
equivalent of
honestly, I've seen a
modern
lot of
CS:GO.
like
Yeah,
I see a lot of like CS:GO players go to play Valorant, right? And a
yeah,
yeah, that's
lot of
true.
them are
That's true.
surprisingly bad. You know,
yeah.
No,
a lot.
Because when you've been playing a game for so long with a specific kind of physics, right? The moment you
yeah,
swap to a different game, it's like a whole new level. Like when I
Yeah,
swapped, I did play PUBG on the PC for a bit. When I swapped from Counter Strike to PUBG, it was a completely different beast altogether. That was like my first ever battle royale style match,
yeah.
and I
yeah.
wasn't used to it at all.
Wait. Okay, the funny thing is, I want to tell you this, but you said that CS:GO players switching to Valorant. That's actually so true. And
Yeah.
actually, all the best Valorant players right now are actually B to C tier CS:GO players from before.
Or B
Like,
to C. Oh
yeah,
Ah,
they're actually weaker CS:GO players that went to Valorant and became one of the best players. Like, for example, Fnatic Boaster. This dude was like he was never gonna
oh
make it in
yeah,
CS:GO.
Fnatic. I still remember Team Fnatic. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness,
he
that
was
was
never gonna make it in
so
CS:GO. Let's be real. So he thought it's done for him. He cannot be a pro player. But then when Valorant came out, he switched over to Valorant and he went to the World Finals just like that against North
yeah,
America. Like
I think I watched. I think you all know Simply, right?
yeah,
CS:GO
Yeah. I
player.
know him. He's
Yeah,
actually one of the best
I
CS:GO players, right?
actually watched one of the video of him play Valorant, and when he was using the operator, the sniper, right?
Yeah.
And he was so bad at it, he was like, "Yeah, it's a crap gun. I'm not playing this anymore." And he just left. You know, he just left playing. And then he
Yeah.
went back to CS:GO. I
I
mean,
yeah,
he's
mean,
the top player. You know, he's an A-list, right?
yeah, he's one of the best CS:GO players. Like one of like goats. Like let's be real, he's one of the goats. Him
But
yeah.
when he
and
went to Valorant, he just couldn't get into it. Yeah.
One more
yeah,
game I
but
couldn't quite get into, right? One more game which I feel like a lot of CS:GO players tried to get into but couldn't was this is before Valorant came out, but Fortnite.
oh my god, I thought it
Oh
was
my god.
childish. I
Yeah,
thought
a
it was
lot
like
of
a rip-off version of PUBG. Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing. It actually became really big, but it was for the younger generation. So a lot of us who tried to play, the physics was so weird, like the movement physics, the firing, how you build. It was so weird. I didn't get it.
It's actually pretty hard to play, even though it looks like
Yeah, it's
what
pretty
what
hard
kids will play.
because
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to focus, not only focus on surviving, you also
yeah,
have to focus on building.
the
yeah.
way the guns fire too, I couldn't get used to that. I made fun of my cousin for playing it, and he's just like 2 years younger than me. I made a ton of fun for him. I just told him I was like, "Yeah, you won't be able to play CS:GO that well."
Right.
He
One of
jumped
the
into
Oh
things why,
damn.
CS:GO.
yeah,
He jumped into CS:GO. He the physics weren't right for him. And when he was like, "Okay, I tried CS:GO. Now you try Fortnite." And when I tried Fortnite, right, I was just like, "What is this physics? How do I run? How do I jump? How do I fire? Why is it so slow? Why is everything moving so weird? Why?"
a lot of whys. But yeah,
Fun
yeah.
fact,
Continue.
right? Fortnite was developed by Epic Games, right?
Yeah,
And when Fortnite was first announced back in 2011, bear that in mind,
Wait,
huh?
wait.
yeah.
It was 2011.
That's
It
the
was
thing.
announced in 2011, and what they show about Fortnite was a totally different game to what it
Exactly.
is now. It was
Oh, it was like a
supposed to
Minecraft.
be
It was
it
like a
was
Minecraft.
supposed to be like a Minecraft based building game where you defend against zombies.
Oh wait,
Oh wow.
I actually saw that demo of Vanos playing it. There was a YouTuber called Vanos.
Yeah.
He played
Oh
it.
That
yeah,
And I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah. I did watch that.
and
I did watch that.
and
That was not in
yeah,
2011 actually.
that
Venom
was
dead
actually yeah
2016, I think.
2016. Yeah. But when I first watched it, I thought it was gonna be like that. Then when I saw the game got popular, I was imagining what Vanos play was that game. But apparently it was just it was a completely new battle royale game. And
Yeah.
Yeah, because dude, it was a totally different game. And when everyone saw the game, everyone was waiting for it, but for years on end, it didn't come out. You
yeah.
know, there was no
Wait,
news at all.
Okay, one thing I want to talk about.
PUBG,
Yeah.
then when PUBG got big, right?
Yeah.
Suddenly they announced the battle royale mode for Fortnite.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
basically just copy it. But one thing I want to talk about is like why Fortnite is actually at one point it was the biggest game in the entire world, right? Let's be real, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Ninja.
Even the viewership and whatever is because of like people like Ninja, Tfue, and Ninja playing with Drake, and because of Drake as well. Drake influenced bigly. He made Ninja who he is right now. And we see players like Ninja play the game and he builds so much. He does a lot of montages, like all this sort of stuff is so cool to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
And you just feel like I want to be like that someday, you know. Like it's so satisfying to watch like good Fortnite players play. That's why
And
one of the things why it's so big. Yeah.
one thing which I did see, right? Speaking of Fortnite becoming that big, right? Did you ever know that they had like concerts in Fortnite?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
for
Yes.
sure.
The one which really shocked me was when Travis Scott had a Fortnite concert. I was
Yo,
like, how did
that
you?
was the
How,
best. That was the
yeah,
best.
that was so new to me. I didn't understand how or why, but specifically why.
Yo, I loved it though. I actually really liked it. That
It
was the one
was
time I
a
actually really liked Fortnite.
it
Yeah.
was a virtual concert basically in a
Yeah,
video game.
and that was like I think the first of its kind. And you know, despite all of that, right? Minecraft is still better. They've overtaken Fortnite again. You can never beat
Yeah,
the true classics.
the dream team, the dream stands, you know, they're too OP. Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
man. Not even Dream stands. I feel like one of them's gonna find our video about us talking about Dream, and if we say anything bad, they're gonna cancel us.
No,
Dream
I think he's
stands.
good though.
Please don't
He's really
attack. I
good.
love Minecraft. I love
Yeah.
speedrun. Dream,
I love
Dream, good
I love
guy.
speedrun.
Yes.
Dream definitely didn't cheat, you know, he's actually a really good guy. He did all the speedruns himself for sure. Okay, continue.
All right. Now, esports is really like what are the best? What are the best countries for esports? Do you know, like JJ? What are the best countries?
Well, I mean, you have to know one of them is definitely South Korea for sure. Like you just see like all the games and stuff like all dominated by Koreans. Even like even like people in North America and Europe, you would see like Koreans are everywhere. Brazil, Australia, North America, Europe, and even in China, which is the second best
Yeah.
gaming country in the
Yeah.
entire world. Like Korea is just everywhere. Like they're just so good at games. I don't know how they can produce so much K-pop stars, a bunch of those talented K-pop stars, and then they can produce so much talented gaming like
Yeah,
esports
that
players
was
and
next
stuff.
level. Like, I remember, I mean, every time you see a Korean or a Chinese player in any like big scale
Oh,
multiplayer game, they're always beating you,
no, that's
no
what I
matter
want
how
to
hard you
say.
try.
If you see an opponent player with a Korean character or a Chinese character name, right?
Yeah.
You spell defeat immediately, bro.
Yeah, like reading that, there's only one way to translate that, even though it's their name, but there's only one way to translate that for you, and that's defeat.
Yeah, the name basically you don't have to understand. They basically just say that you know you just need to understand that you are going to lose the game. That's all they're
Yeah,
just telling you, and
I
they're telling
remember
you I'm
losing.
better than you. Yeah,
I remember
continue.
losing in a team deathmatch. There was only two players on the other team, and I'm a really good sniper because I camp and sit in one spot. Yes,
Of
Yeah.
I
course.
mean, cry me a
Classic
river.
tactic.
But you know, the team deathmatch, the Chinese players came in, and I lost about 40-10,
Damn.
Sheesh.
which for me was a really big dent in my ego.
Unlucky man. Just
all,
pray
you,
and hope you don't get any of like Korean or Chinese players
all you
in you
have
know.
to do is all you have to do is just wait for a Chinese player to come and destroy your ego. Yeah.
The moment I see them, I get worried. If they're not on my team, I'm worried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah.
Either way,
You
like don't mess with all the Asian I don't know man. All these Asian players like they're insanely good.
Yeah, and like, man, video games has come a long way in the years that we've started playing. Like, we've started with really old consoles, and here we are today. Like, if you follow some of the franchises, you see how they've grown. Like, for instance,
yeah.
Grand Theft Auto from the first one through Vice City,
Yeah.
through, San Andreas, and now you've got GTA 5, which was launched, I think, in 2014.
In 2013.
2013.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that game's going to be 10 years old eventually, but
And
yet
it's still hot. It's still so hot.
It's still
Everyone
hot,
still plays it.
and it's
still growing.
okay. The first time it was released on PS3 and Xbox 360, and then
Yeah.
it was released on PS4 and Xbox One, and now
Now PS5.
it's coming out on PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Wait,
I
but I
feel
heard it's
like
gonna have a GTA 6, right? Is it?
no, we're gonna
GTA
have
6 will come out when we are 80 years old, man. Come on.
it'll come out
Really?
once it'll come out about 2 or 3 generations down once they once they're done coming out with new planets and they're done with the UFO updates and all that in
Oh my
future.
god! I saw a rumor though from somewhere. They said GTA 6. They're in the works
GTA
of it.
6 is in the works, but the thing is they keep re-releasing the same game in the span of 8 years.
Yeah.
We've
If they
seen a
bring
lot
back
of
out
GTA 5.
if GTA 6 comes out and it's a remastered San Andreas, I'm going to be very happy. I might
Oh,
actually start trying to purchase a PS5.
I heard they are making remaster of the old trilogy.
Oh, yes.
GTA 3, San Andreas, and Vice City are all getting remastered.
I'm going to be very happy with those because it takes me back to my childhood.
Oh yeah. Wait,
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
of all these like evolution of the game, there's one type of specific genre of game that evolved so much, and to this point, like it's one of the best like games. Like I don't know, it's like story-based games, like Quantic
Oh, what is
Dream
it?
back in the
Oh,
day,
yes.
Beyond Two Souls. But wait, from Heavy Rain to Beyond Two Souls to now to then,
Oh, yeah.
Detroit Become Human.
Detroit Become Human.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all these choice-based story games are actually revolutionary. It gives the player immersion in the game. You
Yeah.
are the
Yeah,
player
yeah.
in the game, and you make your own choices, and your choices actually matter right now
Yep.
in this
Yeah.
new
Games
era of gaming.
like that now. There are a lot of games like that now. And
Yeah, I
also
love these games.
the other popular genre is open world games. You can see a lot of those now.
Yeah, you can. That's
Yeah.
To be honest, right? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I am actually kind of getting fed up with a lot of these open world games. To be honest,
Wait, come on.
It really
I mean,
played
depends
a lot of
what
those
kind.
if you played a lot of open world games, you start to get burned out. It's like you just for once in a while you just want to sit down and play a linear game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A story based game, like you said.
Like for me, open world, I kind of like them because like for me, I'm more biased towards racing games because I grew up on that. For some reason, I've never gotten tired of it. But
I mean, even racing games are open world now, right?
yeah, like not a lot of them. Like for me, Gran Turismo isn't an open world. It's all based on tracks worldwide. But I'm a huge Gran Turismo fan. But there was a game that was announced. I can't remember the title of it, but it was an open world setting, and it's supposed to be in Japan in the 90s. At the tip of the bubble economy, the 80s, the 90s, that era.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that really excited a lot of people. That project's still going on, but I can't wait to see what comes out of it.
What's it called again?
I can't remember. I'll have to let you know that name in future, but it's gonna be a PC game, and I really can't wait for that. Like
Really sounds really interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
for me, the racing game series that I follow a lot is Gran Turismo, and I watched it go from Gran Turismo 1 to Gran Turismo 2, 3. My most favorite till today is 4. And 5, 6, and then you had Sport, which is the current one I play a lot. You can see how they evolved over time, and then 7, which is supposed to be coming out for PS4 and PS5. And you see the way the games evolve, and the
Yeah.
director of the game, the creator Kazunori Yamaguchi, he's done a great job in directing the way everything is done. And games are getting so advanced. Like for instance, in Gran Turismo, one more time, like they actually have dynamic weather now, which the clouds have their own AI. So
love
meaning
it.
that it's no longer just just a
Clouds
PNG.
having AI. Wow.
Exactly, like the clouds evolve with the time of day, and sometimes like if you set it to dynamic weather, the cloud AI sometimes you have a chance for it to rain heavily, thunderstorm,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
temperatures change, right? And every last bit of that in real life affects how you drive.
Yeah.
They've actually managed to bring that into game.
One thing I like
Yeah.
about
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, one thing I like about all these like racing games is that actually the designs of the cars. Like I don't know. I just like to look at the design of the cars, whether it looks nice and stuff, all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and then you just race your car, the car that you design or whatever, and you choose or you acquire or something like that, and you just race them. It just feels good, It just feels good.
Yeah, the open world suits a lot of drivers better. Like a lot of people who want to play racing games, right? You got those who want track focused driving, and then you got those who do open world racing. Like for me, right? After swapping from a track focused game to an open world game that's not arcade style, it's kind of hard because your driving styles are completely different.
Yeah. When you crash a car,
And
you
Yeah.
don't get reset to the actual spawn point or whatever, right? You just start off from there.
not really. And like open world racing, like a lot of them are now catered towards like the arcade feel versus a simulator feel. And the arcade feel does give a lot of nostalgia. Like speaking of gaming and arcades, what were y'all's favorite arcade games?
Arcade games.
Arcade
You mean
games.
nowadays or back in the day?
Either one would be fine. Like what's your most favorite title?
Nowadays, I would say it's
Time
like
Crisis.
I still play Street Fighter. Like I don't know whether it's Street Fighter, but
Oh.
it's like I go to the arcade and then it's like this like it's like Street Fighter, but I don't know what's the name already. It's something like Street Fighter, but I think it's not nowadays. And then
I
those
think
kind of games are still fun. So yeah.
Yeah, like for me, I do go to the retro games quite a lot. And then you've got the one which everyone plays, which is Midnight.
Ah,
That
yeah,
to me-
no,
Midnight
yeah.
Racer.
I love that. I love that game. I love that game so
that
much.
to me is like the best. I still have my
Your
I still have the card. Yeah, it's over 10 years
yeah.
old, but it's got no scratches and nothing. It's still in mint condition.
I lost all my cards already, so I'm kind of sad. I just play for fun now.
Mine was
So
pretty
sad.
expensive. My card when I got it was actually pretty expensive. That's why I took such good care of it because I bought it with money that I saved from like my saved lunch money from school. That's where I bought my first ever card.
Wait, how much did yours cost? I thought it's roughly like 10 to 20 ringgit like that.
I paid about 30 for mine because there
Ooh.
was so low stock in my area. Like where the arcade nearby where I live, they had so low stock. And everyone was buying them and I got the last one. There were people behind me who also wanted, but I was the lucky one.
God damn, you should have come to
Yeah.
come to Mid Valley or whatever. You can buy a bunch here, like it's like basically unlimited. I don't know.
Yeah. And even though I bought that, like I rarely played, but ever since like I graduated high school and I got like a part-time job, I had my money. You're a lot more you're a lot more efficient with how much money you spend. You're very careful also.
Yeah.
But then, you look at an arcade, you're just like,
Yeah.
maybe I should
Wait. There's one thing really funny was one memory that I had when I played Midnight when I used my card back in the day. I always you can actually choose like whether you want how much speed, maximum speed, and how much maximum handling you want, right?
Yeah.
So I would choose a map where and they were playing with other people as there as well. And I'll choose a map where it's mostly just either you can choose straight roads or curved roads, right? And I'll
Yeah.
choose the map that always straight road, and I put my speed to the maximum. I don't give a damn about my gear or handling. I just put my speed to max, and then because whoever's in the front, you get to choose which way. Either you want to go straight or you want to curve. So I always choose straight, and then I keep going straight, and then the people behind you is like, "Come on, this is unfair, man! Like, come on."
I remember with my card, the one thing
Yeah.
I would always do is I give everyone a 10-second head start. And then I'd be like, okay,
Oh.
this spells the
there's still
end
no
for
chance.
you.
Yeah, there's still no chance for them, even if you give them a head start. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So,
However,
Yeah.
sometimes when I'm playing, I don't like to bully the kids. Because whenever I went to the arcade, sometimes my dad will be with me because that's how we bond. So like whenever there are kids at the arcade machine and I beat them, my dad always shames me for that. So I'm just like, okay, you know what? It became an inbuilt sense like he's gonna shame me if he finds out. So I always let them win.
Yeah, come on, man. Let other people win, man. You don't always have to win. Yeah.
It's nice to have a goal. It's nice to have gold stars in your your
Wait,
card. It's good to
that
collect
is
them.
so true. That is so true. I remember if you get a bunch of gold stars, your car will have some flames at the side. It'll start glowing some flames. I don't know whether you see it before.
Yeah.
I actually saw that. Like not my car, but I saw the person that I faced. His car was like glowing with fire at the side. I'm like, damn. And he's like a few million stars. I'm like, dude, this guy has no life. Like, come on.
We're all gamers. To some extent, we're all the same.
Is he a hacker or what? Like, geez. All right.
It's not really. How do I explain this? Like, having gaming as a hobby, a lot of people think that it's like a time waster. But, like, what are your opinions on it, to be honest?
I think depends. It actually depends a lot. Like, if you enjoy it, it's making you happy. I feel like it should be good enough because
I
happiness
mean,
is one of the
okay.
important things to
They
your health.
say, I mean, they say video games are time wasters. Yeah, obviously it is. Okay. But the thing is, right, people targeting specifically only video games being time wasters is actually kind of dumb
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
They just look at the
every
negative.
hobby is a time waster. Every
Yeah.
hobby is a time waster.
agreed. Because you're just sitting down, you're wasting time you could spend, going out there and make money. You're basically wasting that time doing any hobby.
And yet everyone turns a blind eye to people. No offense, JJ, shouting and cheering at guys kicking balls.
Wait. Okay, no, that's unreal, man.
that was a shot at all football players. Oh my goodness.
But
Yeah, okay.
come
Oh,
on,
he's a
G.
football fan. That's cool.
Any
Oh, he's a
football fans
gamer.
out there who's listening to this podcast right now? This the guy who said it was Darshan, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Dude, like football is one of the biggest sports in the entire world, man. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah, but okay, listen.
no,
I
it's
didn't.
actually the biggest sport in the entire world. So yeah.
Everyone turns
know.
a blind eye to people playing football. I mean, what about
listen.
games?
Let me let me explain. All right. Okay, he's a football or he's cool. He's a gamer or he's lazy. All right, he stays at home wasting time. What kind of outlook is this?
No one understands the amount of time it takes to perfect the hand-eye coordination. To get your
Exactly.
perfect kills.
Yeah.
If you put a person who has never played a video game before, you will see them struggle like
Yeah.
crazy.
I actually agree with this. Actually, like being good at game is also a type of skill. Being good at sports is also a type of skill. But I don't think it's fair to like call either side, like useless.
I mean, no,
I mean, to be fair,
I'm trying to make a point. Dude. I'm trying to
to be
make a point.
fair, it's pot calling kettle black at this point. That's the way I compare it. And like one thing which football doesn't get enough doesn't sit under the radar for doesn't sit in the radar for a lot is actually the video game industry. Like everyone gives it everyone is always watching it, saying that it's bad for young kids because it causes violent outbursts.
That's
And
so.
that was pretty sad to me because one thing which I do see on video games, like for instance, they say that shooters and all that are like first-person
Violent.
shooters, Grand Theft Auto, and those kind of games are
Violent.
tied to kids having violent outbursts.
Nah,
However,
Nah.
I would say that for me personally, I don't see it that way because it's a game,
Yeah.
and if one thing, right, it teaches you how to have better hand-eye coordination, strategy also.
Oh,
and
yes.
thinking
And
skills.
better
You'll be
yet,
thinking when you
Yeah.
play as well. Yeah.
better
Agreed.
yet, okay. Better yet,
So,
you
like-
have this rating system, right?
Yeah.
EM,
Yeah.
for F for family. It's like, don't you like monitor your kids on
Yeah.
what they
True.
play,
Yeah, agreed.
and you let that happen, and then you blame the product instead of your own parenting.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. This is one thing I also want to say is like people always look at people like parents they look at the games as like, oh, it's wasting your time, just do something, just study or whatever, right? But they always look at all the like negative sides to gaming, but they never look at the positive sides of gaming.
Yeah.
Like gaming, you can actually earn a bunch of money right now. Like you look at esports, like what I
Yeah,
said just now.
esports.
It's
Yep.
bigger than it's ever been at this point. This is like
Yeah.
for me, this is like the bubble era for gaming. Like
Yeah.
you
You
can,
can be a
earn a ton
millionaire.
of money.
You can literally be a millionaire, and you don't even have to be the best.
Yeah, like
You don't even have to be the
streaming.
best.
You can earn money out of streaming.
Streaming
you
as
can earn
well,
money
yeah.
out of making YouTube videos from games.
Entertainment, yeah, everything. There's so much
Yeah.
things, platforms out there. You can even do it on TikTok. You can post it
Yeah.
anywhere and be
Yeah.
an influencer.
That's true. You can become very, very big with games
Yeah.
now.
Take a
And
look at
to be-
Ninja.
to be honest, right, my mom is one of those who thinks video games are a waste of time, right? So I so one day, it was a long while back when I was playing my Xbox 360 back when I still had it, right? I was playing Splinter Cell Conviction. Okay, I don't know if you guys heard of that game, but when I was playing the game has a very good story. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I was playing through it, and my mom was there and she was watching me play it, right? And she was like, "Dude, damn, this game actually has a story and it's good."
Wow.
A
Yeah.
grown up a parent said that.
Yeah. Like that.
So
Hearing that is something different for me.
yeah, because you see, parents only know online games. You know, they see their kids going around, you know, in GTA Online or something, shooting up people's cars and stuff like that, basically griefing, right?
Yeah.
So, but if they actually sit down and watch their kids play a game that actually has a story,
Yeah.
okay, something that is meaningful, I
Inspiring.
believe their parents will change their opinions.
Yeah. And another
Yeah.
thing also, right, when people play games and they find a game that they really like, a storyline that they really like, it also inspires them in the future to be like, I want to make games like this. I want to make more games like this. So they'll
Yeah,
actually study and like work hard and they'll be like coding all these type of new games, having more creative ideas, writing storylines for games.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch
yeah,
of stuff, right? Let's be real.
yeah.
For instance,
A lot of people are still having this outlook that video games don't have story, and I'm like, wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Games
Have you been
have
playing games
stories.
these days or what?
Exactly. Games are capable of telling stories. You know, that's
yeah,
one thing a lot of people don't understand yet.
there's that, and then there's also what was that? Creative freedom, actually. Like, for instance, back when I first wanted to download, what was it, Minecraft, like back in the early days of like 2000. For me,
Yeah.
like back in 2013 when I wanted to join in, my dad, when I asked him if I could buy it, he was just like, "What is this game? It's just a bunch of blocks." But today, I'm, he saw me playing it like a month ago. He was like, "You're 19. Why are you playing all this? You're in college." And he saw the things I've created, and he's like, "Yeah, it does give a lot of creative freedom. You know what? Maybe I was wrong to stop you from playing this all those years ago. You know,
Wow.
Yeah.
like that's a really really good thing about games. Like, despite having some backlash here and there, it does inspire a ton of creative freedom.
Yes, it does. I mean, I like to write. You know, I like to write, and a lot of people would be surprised when I say that a lot of my ideas come from games.
Yeah.
Like I play games that have like really good stories,
Hmm.
and that like stimulates my ideas, you know.
Yeah.
And
Like
I
you,
start writing stuff.
like most of the time we also know to stay clear of games sometimes, but you know it is fun every now and then to go back to a classic that lit that fire in you for like starting gaming a lot. It's nice to go back to the classics, and it's even
Yeah.
nice to go back to some old games that are constantly broken, like for instance, um Skyrim.
Oh
Bethesda,
my
please
god,
fix.
Skyrim. Oh, that brought back a lot of memories back in 2011, you know.
Oh
Yeah.
Play it.
yeah.
I played it for hours on end, and that was back when I was still in school.
Yeah, and like now you have people in the modding community who do like a ton of mods for Skyrim, which just extends the storyline even further.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, when it comes to mods for Skyrim, I swear to God, they are so dedicated. The modding community is so dedicated, right? That they create a mod that expands the game. It
They actually surpass like certain, like the game studio at times with certain mods, and they even fix certain things that the game studio
yeah,
should
yeah.
have should have fixed.
I mean, Bethesda games are always broken, man.
Yeah.
I mean, even Fallout 4, which came out in 2000, I forgot the year, 2004.
Oh, I haven't heard of that game for such a long time. But yeah.
Yeah, it's been such a long time. They even make mods for that.
Bethesda game, but you know why? Because Bethesda is really generous to the modding community. You know,
Yeah,
they really encourage the modding community to create stuff.
Yeah.
that's the thing.
So
Like, modding allows a lot of people to like set a foothold into to see whether they
Yeah.
actually want to create game mods, like, and
Yeah.
from there, this is another good thing about video games. You see things that you want to improve or you want to expand upon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People start to learn like coding
Yeah,
and even
exactly.
3D modeling and try to expand upon it. And
Yeah.
sometimes you got misses. I mean, that's normal in like that's a part of growing when you build everything. But later on down the line, people become really big because of it, like very
Yeah.
big.
True.
And a good example of it is in the Skyrim community, Minecraft.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They
yeah, yeah.
love the game so much that they want to improve on it. They want
Yeah.
to add it,
Even recently
add
also,
on it.
I don't know you guys know, but Among Us has been adding a bunch of mods. People still play the game. It's because mainly just because of the mods only. You know?
Oh wow, Among Us
Yeah.
has
Wow.
mods?
Yes, did you know? They have a bunch of different roles. Like now everyone has a role. Like nobody is just like doing like missions and stuff, and then just doing like everyone has their own role, which is what makes the game so fun and still relevant right now.
Yeah.
Like people still play
Like
games just because of mods. So
that's the
yeah,
thing. The modding community, right? The thing about modding is that yeah, it does actually let people, test the waters to see if gaming is something that they want to do, if programming is something you want to do,
Yep.
And
yeah,
for all you
And
know, they could become like a part of the next team to create the next big game.
I'm actually one of those people who like the reason I write is actually because of video games, and I actually want to be a writer for video games in the future.
Oh, Darshan, do you think
Yep.
that there are some games that you've played so far that you could have written a better storyline?
The Last of
Hot.
Us Part 2.
Oh.
Okay, okay.
Ouch.
Any other
I
games?
can go to Naughty Dog and teach Neil Druckmann how to write a proper sequel to a
All
good
right.
story. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. I don't want to talk about a game. It makes me
Yeah.
pissed off
Like,
a lot.
okay, what game storyline actually left a mark on you? Like actually, made you want to start
Inspired you.
writing
Yeah,
stories.
inspired you.
Yeah, what was the inspiration?
Eh, the game that made me start writing. I don't know if you guys heard of this game or not, but it's called Gears of War.
Oh yes.
Okay,
Which one was it?
I remember I told you guys I had an Xbox 360, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first game I played on it.
Oh
And
wow.
oh my
Wait,
god,
wait. Now I know. Okay. Now I remember this game.
I loved it so much. And the thing is, right, most people will see that game and they only will think about gameplay. While the gameplay is so good, like the shooting, the cover system, and all that is really good.
It has a
But the
good storyline.
story, the story
Yeah,
is really good. The
it's
world
underrated.
building, the characters are badasses. Okay, the
Yeah.
story is
Yeah.
this high stakes mission, and
Hmm.
it's just the world building and all that. And when I played the game and I'm like thinking, damn, this I want to write a story like that. I want to start writing a story that has this type of atmosphere, this type of world building and all that stuff. And then
Yeah.
it's after Gears of War later on, I kept moving on to other games that have very story heavy moments. And you guys surely have played God of War, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
God of
First and
War
second
2.
one. The first and second one. Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
had a PS2 back then, so these are the only two games that I play.
God of War further, made me love to write. It
Wow.
really
Damn.
it further made me want to write better stories
Darshan,
because of God of War and God of War 2.
did you play the latest God of War?
Unfortunately, no, because I don't have a PS4.
Don't
Alright,
worry.
you go to Yash. Go to Yash house.
I'll play it for you and I'll let you know how it
Yeah.
goes.
Hey Yash,
Oh.
will you let us go to your house one day? We just play some games.
Or how
Yeah,
about
why
this?
not? Why not?
How about this? You bring your PS4 to campus.
Well,
Oh, Darshan!
You
I'll bring my
see?
TV too. I'll hook it up. I'll hook it up in KFC.
Wait,
Ah.
I thought our classrooms has projectors and all that.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, we
yeah,
have
true. I'll
projectors.
just hook it up to class. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, we just bring it when Kenneth is teaching us. He'll probably play with
Yeah.
us. 4
If
And
people.
then
if our
and then
if
we
our lecturers
have
are hearing this, please allow.
then we
Yes,
have someone
please.
outside the classroom, selling tickets to come and watch me play. Yeah,
Yeah.
they make money in the process.
Yeah, yeah. At the same time, I'm selling tickets and see if like those teachers are coming by to look at the class and like, oh shit, send us a message. Oh, teacher's coming, run guys, run. Then we just close the entire PS4 and just toss the PS4 out the window, and then we just go back to class.
Okay, imagine Yash just taking the PS4 with the wires and start running.
Oh no, I don't need that. I don't need that. I just need a perfect cable to connect to the projector because I have remote play and I can play my PS4 wherever I want, just on my laptop.
Ooh.
Imagine you hook the speaker system to the entire college and everyone hears
Yeah, I make an
Kratos say
announcement,
boy.
Yeah.
Everyone hears Kratos say boy. Boy.
And then it goes on loop, you keep doing it on loop, and yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. And then everyone's like, oh, what the hell is happening, man?
For me, one game that really, one of the games that really made me want to try playing more games like this was that was story focused was actually Horizon Zero Dawn
Oh my god, I have it
for
on
the
Steam.
PS4.
I have it on Steam.
That was when I first got my PS4. That
was
was one of
good.
the games I got in the bundle.
Yeah.
And my goodness, that game was so heavy on the graphics, but
Yeah,
the PlayStation
it's-
took it like a champ. And the story was just so different, so out of this world. The creative freedom that they had to create all of these robots, how they run.
and it's also a classic example on how you write a female protagonist, by the way. Just putting it out
Yes.
there. This is
And
how you write a female protagonist.
they also have another one coming out for the PS5, I think it is. I hope it comes out for the
Forbidden
PS4.
West.
Yes,
Forbidden West, right?
And also, what is that? They also had a collaboration with Genshin Impact, where Aloy
Oh
is in the game.
yeah.
Guess
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
I'm
I
a
remember.
PlayStation player. I got her first.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
But I remember watching the gameplay, right? I'm for sure that Ashley Burch did not voice the Genshin Impact version of Aloy.
Oh, I actually listened to the Japanese dub, so apologies.
Oh.
Okay,
Alright.
but I watched the gameplay and the voice actress is trying to impersonate Ashley Burch, but it
Yeah.
didn't work at all.
Wait,
know?
by the way, fun fact, I heard that one of the popular streamers actually voiced
Oh
for
yeah,
what's the
Sayu,
name again?
Lily Pichu.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I watch her streams a lot because of Michael Reeves, the mad robot genius, and yeah, I did actually switch to the English version for a brief moment, just to listen to to see how her voice lines were, and they were actually pretty good. I really liked it. Lily Pichu, if you're watching this, hi.
Yeah.
Tell Michael I
Lily
said
Pichu.
hi.
I know you're watching
hope
right now,
to
Lily
God-
Pichu. Love you so
I
much.
hope to God she is.
She is, dude. She is. No worries.
Imagine she plays this on her stream, man.
Hi, Lily
watching
Pichu.
us.
Hi.
Hi, stream. Pog champ in the chat right now. Poggers.
Hey, girls.
But if Lily Pichu doesn't watch this, then Sag in the chat right now, everyone.
Yeah, Sag.
Yeah.
Sag in our comments right now if Lily Pichu doesn't see this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sag. Alright.
Okay.
All right, guys. I think the episode has gone on for long enough.
Come on. We want to talk more
Pretty
about
long.
gaming, man. We want to talk more about gaming.
Yeah.
Gaming is
Yeah,
so
we
We'll
can
try-
go
we'll-
on. We can go on till the end of the year talking about
Yeah.
video games.
We'll try to
without-
make a part 2 for this. We'll try to make a part 2 for
Yeah.
this somewhere. I'm sure we'll be able to.
Yeah, but before we make a part 2, we're gonna go to Yasha's house to play some PS4 games. Then
Yeah,
we'll come
play
back
some
to
God
you.
of War.
Yeah.
Get Kratos saying boy in our head. Yeah.
Yeah. Have nightmares of it. Keep dreaming about it. Yeah, that's all we're gonna need. That's all we need in life. So yeah.
Alright.
All right. So, with that said, thank you very much for tuning in this month, everybody. Make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. And don't forget to share it everywhere you can. WhatsApp, share it with your friends, share it on Facebook, Instagram, wherever
Share to
you
your
want.
gaming partners
Yeah.
as well, wherever
And for once, stop being toxic on Twitter and share this podcast, which is wholesome. Okay. Thank you.
And also,
Yes.
don't forget to follow us on Instagram at IACT Parts_official. And make sure to tune in next time because we have a very, very special guest joining us for next month's episode. And it's going to be about